Hello everyone, welcome back. We are still here at Beth El Duban at the special broadcast on the glorious occasion of the 49th National Day. As we promised you earlier that we have a great set of guests joining us today on this special show. So we have someone really interesting joining us now who came actually on a visit visa for 3 months, but like most of us, fell in love with the country and has been here for over a decade now. So let's welcome Rebecca, who's actually the manager at Guide Oman. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining us.
Hi, Madiha. It's lovely to be here with you. What an exciting occasion to be together.
I know. Happy National Day to you.
Thank you. Happy National Day to everyone.
So you have been here for more than 10 years, Rebecca.
I know. It's gone in a blink of an eye, I must say. It's been such an incredible adventure.
Right. So how do you celebrate National Day, or what are your mantra for the National Day?
I love National Day, I really do, and I'm sure a lot of expats will agree with me that it is such a beautiful atmosphere in Oman to see everybody so passionately celebrating Oman and His Majesty is really special. You know, there has been a lot of advancements, a lot of developments, and a lot of changes over the years. And the fact that everybody celebrates that with such passion is really special. I love seeing all of the decorations throughout the city, throughout the country actually, because
yes,
it's not just Muscat. Everybody flies the Oman flag high. Everybody has the lights on their homes, on the sites around.
It's just like a festival, right?
It really is. It is. There's no other word. It's a celebration. It really is.
Absolutely. So, you know, as you told me earlier that you came on a tourist visa.
Yes.
And you were here just as another tourist. Then how things changed for you?
I fell in love with Oman. I really did. It's such a beautiful country, incredible people, and that makes such a big difference in a destination. Is you connect with people and they introduce you to experiences, sites, destinations, cuisines that play a big part in making Oman as special as it is. And after my initial visit here, I was determined that I needed to stay just a little bit longer. While it had been a tourist trip, then I planned to stay just 1 year for work, and halas.
And then you never looked back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So did you ever imagine that when you were coming here to Oman, like in future you'll be regarded as the desert queen?
No. But my mother does share fond memories of when my parents first took me to the zoo as a little girl. And I was not interested in any of the animals until we got to the camels. So for my parents, they just love that I am here in Oman, seeing and interacting with the camels on a regular basis, that they're not surprised.
Oh, so am I not. So tell us your journey at Guide Oman, what exactly you do.
Okay, so Guide Oman is Oman's desert specialist, for want of a better word. We run self-drive desert safaris, and when I joined them back in 2009, they had only just formalized as a business. So I came right on at the beginning of when we were on the adventure of trying to develop and grow and become a tourism business. So I've been there since day one. We have introduced so many new adventures through the desert safaris, including our Ladies Desert Crossing, which was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
That's become a very popular event. And we've extended the business not just from public self-drive desert safaris, but also to corporate events. So we welcome people out into the desert and we teach them how to drive the cars. So it's quite different than the average tourism business, because you as the person arriving into the desert, you get to feel the full experience.
Right.
A lot of the time guests, when they go to the desert, they're a passenger. And it's quite a different experience when you feel the responsibility, the challenge, and also the accomplishment of getting through the desert. It's
Yes.
not an easy terrain. It's adventurous, it's thrilling, it tests your patience at times because you do get stuck.
Yeah.
It's a reality, but to be so far off the beaten path, to be exploring incredible terrains, not just the Shakir Desert, but deep into the heart of Rub'u Khali, where a lot of people don't get. You know, Rub'u Khali is famous, if we go back far into history, with the famous explorers like Wilfred Thesiger and Bertram Thomas. They traversed through Rub'u Khali on camels, part of the frankincense trade.
Right.
And nowadays we conquer through that terrain on 4x4s to visit, and I can only imagine what it must have been like all those years ago.
Yeah, I remember, like, I've been with you on one of the desert journey, and I must say that was like my best experience so far, because a lot of people think desert safari is more like dune bashing and sand bashing, and when you go crazy and you end up throwing up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a beautiful, beautiful experience that time.
And a lot of people think that the desert is just a very short experience. Let's just go for the afternoon. But to go for a full weekend, or like the trip that we have at the end of the month, we're going for 5 days. To spend that much time in the desert, to be disconnected from life. I mean, all the time nowadays we we have our cell phones on one hand and we are connected to the world, but to be so disconnected and in such remote locations, seeing such dramatic, stunning scenery, it really is special. We are blessed here in Oman. We have such an incredible playground to enjoy and discover. And there is so much that is not discovered as yet.
Yeah, that's true. So Rebecca, you have been with Guide Oman since day one.
Yes.
What kind of influx of tourists have you seen in these years? Do you see them increasing, like more people are getting into desert safari, or how popular it's getting among the community as well?
Tourism is definitely growing. Oman is starting to make a real impact on the international stage. People are aware of the country and they're aware of the experiences that are coming. Maybe they're not necessarily specifically aware of Guide Oman and our desert safaris, but they certainly have Oman bookmarked as one of those destinations to come and visit. So for us, we have an interesting mix. We're not the average tourism business which only relies on international tourism. We have a huge a number of domestic tourists who come through and regularly join us, whether it's the expats, the Omanis, or GCC residents. So we have a nice mix, actually. And I've really enjoyed seeing how much the domestic market has increased in Oman recently, because we should all be exploring our own backyard. Oman is not just for the international tourists.
Right. So talking about tourism and tourists, what is out there that you want to tell people to come and actually experience desert safari? You know, now it's November already, the season has already started.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations?
Well, I'm not just encouraging them to come to the desert. Of course, that's such an important part. But Oman has so much to offer. We have spectacular coastline, we have incredible mountains and wadis, and as well as the desert. And one thing that I would encourage tourists when they're coming to Oman is to allow a little bit more time, because I've received so many guests recently who have only come to Oman for 4 or 5 days.
And definitely that's not enough.
Absolutely, and everybody when they're leaving, when I'm talking to them, they all comment that they completely underestimated just how remarkable Oman is and how much there is to see and experience and do.
Right. And now, how ready are you guys for the winter tourism?
Oh, we are ready. Halas, we've already started. We've already been welcoming people. We've got an exciting schedule of events coming up. On the 22nd, we are heading to Rubukhali, to
Yes.
the biggest sand dune down in the Dhofar region. So
For
that's
5 days.
big excitement. Yeah, 5 days in the desert.
And how many people have started, you know, coming up for that trip?
At the moment, we're about 20 vehicles, so a nice sized group. You know,
That's big.
the thing with going to Rubukhali is that you can't achieve those destinations on your own. You need to be with people who know where they're going, who can help and support with vehicle incidences and stucks. You're going to the desert. As you know from,
Yes.
from our desert trip together, people get stuck. It's a reality.
And it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, part of going to the desert is that community that you go with, and that forms such a huge bond and friendships amongst the locals, the expats, the tourists. Last season, we were blessed actually to have a international guest, if I'm remembering correctly, from Germany, who came back to join us for a desert crossing. And her first desert crossing with Muhammad Isa and the team was actually before I got involved with Guide Oman.
No way.
And you know, that was incredible to hear her stories, her experiences, to hear how over the years she's kept those memories of Oman alive, and she's dreamed of coming back to
Right.
enjoy another desert crossing.
Yeah, talking about her, how is the inflow of women coming to desert safari?
Yes, we have our ladies desert crossing. It's so popular now that we run the trip twice a season.
Oh, really?
Once a season is no longer enough. So February 7 to 8 is actually our 10th anniversary ladies desert safari. So I'm really excited. Women are jumping at the trips. Of course, we have a lot of women who come on our regular desert crossings, but the ladies trip is different.
Yeah.
You get together a group of 50, 60, 70 women, and the atmosphere is
Still
different.
really
You
big
can
number.
imagine.
50, 70 women out there driving on their own.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
And they accomplish the terrain fantastically.
Yeah, I know. You are the master. Thank you once again, Rebecca, for joining us and sharing this beautiful stories and insights that you
You're
have.
most welcome.
Thank you for watching this special broadcast on the National Day. Happy National Day to you all once again.